Welcome to Season 3 of Pod Practice with Team USA player Quinn Finer, Team USA Grandmaster player Mikey Lunn, and myself, Alex Atkins. You can now find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and anywhere you listen to your podcasts. We want to keep growing the Pod Practice community, so reach out to us with your thoughts on IG and YouTube at podpractice_pod, or email us at show@podpracticepod.com. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Right here.
I can get it better.
Maybe we can
We can clip this.
Edit it and try to figure out how to make him twerking. That's great.
That's good.
Today we got Thomas Edmonds again, the man who needs no introduction. My teammate on a couple, I guess just one team. We only played together on one team, Thomas.
And
that's crazy.
And in our dreams.
I was going to say, it feels like we played together in like forever.
The double agent.
Future teammates, I'm sure. But yeah, Thomas, what's up? How's it going?
Doing really well. Finally catching up back on the East Coast time zone and, getting back from Pro Champs, but things are going really well.
Nice. Did you have any, did you get jet lag during Pro Champs from China, or were you recovered?
Not from China, but Lauren and I flew back from Scotland to Pro Champs. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So you've been home how many days in the last month?
In the last month, like maybe 7. Maybe.
Jesus.
So yeah, give us a rundown of your travels in the last month.
So flew from DC to US Open first weekend in August. Went from US Open, stayed with Quinn after US Open. That was fun. Went from US Open to Colorado to Seattle, Seattle to Shanghai, Shanghai to Chengdu. Was there from August 5th through the 17th, almost 2 weeks. Then I flew from Chengdu to Shanghai, Shanghai to Detroit, Detroit to DC. Was home for a week. I got home 2 a.m. on Monday. So like 6 hours before I'm supposed to be at work, or 7 hours before I'm supposed to be at work. Then worked a week, then left for Scotland on Sunday night, and then got back and went straight to Pro Champs.
Was Scotland just for fun trip?
Friend was getting married, and I did some like kind of frisbee stuff up there as well. But yeah, two friends from university were getting married, so felt like one to go to. And Lauren hadn't been to Scotland before, so it's kind of like, we shouldn't miss this one. As much as the Breeze and we wanted to make championship weekend, we would have been flying from championship weekend to Scotland, which would have just like extrapolated all of this into craziness. So, yeah.
That would have been insane.
Yeah.
You mentioned, so they were university friends. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So the bride's name is Alexandra. She was my year at University of New Hampshire. And then Cameron is from Scotland. He moved to UNH or New Hampshire for a full year of studying abroad and played frisbee with us. And they met and fell in love while they were at UNH together, and then had a little bit of long distance, but have since, moved to Scotland together and have got married.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
I learned just this past weekend that Denny Beaches he played a year with you?
Not with me. Denny went to UNH for like a semester. And so anytime I see him, I go, yeah. He went to UNH for one semester. Anytime I see him, I go, UNH legend. And he always laughs at me. He's like, maybe I should have gone there for longer. It was a really nice school. And I was like, yeah, you should have. That would have been good.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
It sounded like there was a decent amount of talent there throughout a few year period based on what he was saying. I don't remember who else he said, but you never played with him?
No, I've never played with him.
Okay.
Yeah, him and
he lied
then,
but that's a classic Denny.
Yeah.
Denny did.
There's no way he lied. He just didn't. He just didn't know. Like he thought he did.
Yeah.
Denny's never lied in his life.
You're right. Yeah.
It's also funny you call it university. I mean, you're Canadian, but
That's my Canadian coming out. I know I should call it college, but I've been hanging out with Canadians for the last month.
And you got the Canada. It's fitting. You got the Canada jersey on.
Yeah,
We're
no
talking
regrets.
about World Games Canada. It's perfect.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even know Denny went to UNH.
Yeah, for one semester, him and I are some of the only active UNH legends still playing. You know, Jordan Taylor's out with a knee injury and recovering this year. Ivan Tran is playing for the Glory and Sprocket, I believe. And then Rocco Linehan would be the only other one on the men's side, I believe.
Where's Rocco playing now?
He was on the Glory early in the year.
That's what I
Not
thought.
sure if something happened, but he's playing for Portland Red Tide now.
Whoa.
In Portland, Maine.
I'm
My
a
OG
Red
club
Tide
team.
fan. I'm
Yeah.
a Red Tide fan now.
Mm.
We had a Bodie. I don't know Bodie's last name. He picked up with us at PEC this year, and he's a Red Tide guy.
Yeah. I actually think I know Bodie. Yeah, I think, is Bodie a nickname? Bodie might be a nickname. I'm making that up.
He doesn't know his last name. I don't think he knows it.
I know what he looks like. I know that he did a great job on Osgar when we played Mallard. Other than that, I don't know too much about Bodie.
Fair enough.
That's funny. Do we want to talk Pro Champs and just get it out of the way, or do we want to just get right into World Games?
That is up to you. I'm happy to talk about either. World Games will probably be a longer segment.
Yeah,
So
let's get Pro Champs out of the way.
Let's just knock it out of the way.
We'll make Thomas suffer through it for 5 minutes here. So coming off a U.S. Open though, with kind of a classic Truck showing. I mean, Truck's been in finals. Do you know how many years in a row of U.S. Open?
Every year I've been on the team, so 3.
3 at least.
And may have been 2022 as well. I don't know.
Yes, because we played them in finals in 22.
Yep.
So at least 4 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And Thomas, tell me the stat that you told me about U.S. Open finals losers.
Yes, the loser of the U.S. Open finals has won nationals every year since 2021, I believe.
Is that
Yep.
right?
It
Is
is.
that right?
2021. Who won in 2021? Oh,
Is that
Ring.
Ring.
Did Ring go to?
No, since 2022.
Huh.
It's since 2022.
Since 2022. Yeah, because
Okay.
Bravo, we lost
To Truck.
Truck.
Truck lost
Yeah.
to Pony.
Truck lost the phone.
Truck lost to Rhino. And who knows about 2025?
Or Rhino
But
lost
we-
the Truck.
Rhino lost the Truck.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry. Yes.
Now 2025.
So,
Truck.
but anyway, coming off of that, see, that gives you a strong case for national champ, I guess, this year.
Yeah.
And I guess if you follow the Rhino formula last year, they also had a terrible pro champ showing. So
I believe they went defeated.
Yeah, so we have 2 converging timelines here because the winner of the 7th, 8th place game at Pro Champs also won nationals in 2024. So that streak's not as long, but we don't have that anymore. Rhino has that 2 years in a row. So
okay.
so nobody knows what's going to happen this year. Mallard's going to win nationals. Maybe.
I kind of hope that the streak of non-repeat champions stays true. I mean, I definitely do because I
That's
want
good
Bravo
one.
to win.
Yeah,
tell us a little bit
Truck
about
as well.
you've won 2 recently.
Mm.
What tell us about Pro Champs? How was like the roster and did you have everybody there?
Fred Farah was missing for the weekend, and Charlie McCutcheon was not there Saturday because he had a wedding on Saturday night. So he got there, I think, at halftime of our quarter against Revolver, and kind of just threw his cleats on and was like, "I'm ready to go." And people were like, "Do you need to warm up?" And he's like, "I'm ready." We're like, "Okay." Fresh legs are good. And then he did a
Damn.
pretty good job on some of the guys on Revolver. I think he took like Frankenberg, who's a tough matchup. But yeah, for the most part, we had everyone. I think we had some kind of tweaky injuries, especially after Saturday, just the 3 pool play games. Some people were just feeling it, so it went down a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, we had everyone.
Yeah.
What do you think the biggest difference between U.S. Open and Pro Champs was?
To me, it seemed that teams really clamped down on our end zone set. So when we got close to the end zone, there would be 5 or more people, kind of defenders around the disc. And so it was hard for us to move it around. And with the wind, we were a little less comfortable throwing like the over the tops to the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say that's kind of like our biggest improvement area is how do we, get into our end zone set, run it efficiently, keep the ball alive, and move it side to side, especially. There were definitely a lot of times we got trapped on kind of like the 4-side cone or a couple yards back from the 4-side cone. And then we had to take some shots that we weren't as comfortable with. So how are we going to work on that in the next, 3 weeks before regionals, and then, 3 weeks after that before hopefully nationals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the wind. We got into some sticky situations on the sidelines, and also in end zone too, when teams were effective at poaching the end zones in that wind. It was really, really difficult.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
The other thing that I would say is, sorry to cut you off there, Quinn.
Go.
We lost David Bloodgood, I believe, on day 1, maybe on day 2, and just losing kind of like your D-line quarterback, at least on one of our lines, certainly hurt with like break chances and such. So he was a great sideline presence, but on the field, we certainly could have used him to help out there.
Yeah, especially you moving to O-line now.
I know, and I was trying to cross over as much as I could, or the leadership was crossing me over as much as they could. But yeah, would have been nice.
It's hard. Yeah,
it's hard.
Especially, it's funny. Like you said, like 3 games, and like people are like, 3 games, like tournaments, like that happens all the time. But like 3 games at Pro Champs is too many. Like the teams are just so high level at this point in the season, and obviously it's like the top 8 teams or whatever. So like 3 games of Pro Champs is fucking difficult. It's brutal.
Yeah, I was thinking about, I guess US Open we played 3 games in one day, but it doesn't happen that often anymore. And when I started playing, 4 games in one day was like the norm, and then 3 games the next day. But yeah, I guess we just don't play 3 games that often. It is good prep for nationals. We'll have 3 full play games on Thursday, but assuming, hopefully, obviously, but yeah.
How many bids do you guys have?
We have 2, which is, I wouldn't say spicy, but Pac-Man is very good, and then Vault and Temper are both in the top 25 and talented teams. So it's gonna be a fun regionals. And the thing about the complex we play at, the fields are never 40 yards wide, so it does change the game a little bit. Like
that pisses me off. Actually.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
You guys usually have 1 though, 1 bid, right? Like a lot of the time.
Last year was 1 bid.
Okay.
The year before that, I think, was 2. I've been in the Mid-Atlantic. Yeah, I've been in the Mid-Atlantic when there was 3 bids. That was fun.
Oh, because that was when you were playing for Temper.
Yeah. Temper, Vault, and Truck earned bids in 2022.
Okay. So scratch that 1 bid thing. That was just last year.
Yeah.
Well, we got 1 bid this year, so sick.
Interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot about Double Wide. Are they not around?
They're around.
They are around.
Yeah. So fingers crossed over here as well. Well, cool. I mean, I want to hear, since a Revolver obviously is the team to beat currently. I do want to hear you guys played the best game against them, like by far. I think the highest other score was like 12, maybe 11 or 12. And you guys, I was watching from back end zone as Bravo was warming up. You guys were like 5 yards away from beating them, honestly. Talk to us a little bit about, like, you don't have to give away, the secret sauce, but what makes Revolver a good matchup for you guys, and just kind of that team in general.
Yeah. The first thing I would say is size-wise, they don't just like impose over us. I think a lot of teams in the division have at least one just like really big dude, and they definitely have some like big guys and some athletes, but we have enough as well where I think we're maybe an undersized or smaller team that we can still like hold our own there. So there isn't just kind of that like Henry Yang, for lack of a better word, um, or comparison to just like, oh, we're in a little bit of trouble, like release valve, or like a Babbitt, oh, release valve, like. So they don't exactly have that, in my opinion. Maybe they'll disagree, but I think so. I think size-wise we match up well, and then athleticism-wise, I think we match up well as well. They do have some very athletic defenders as well, but I think a lot of our cutters are very athletic and can still get open when we need them to. And our players in the mid space, like Box and myself, are also very competent and quick, and can maybe be a little under release valve for us as well, just to keep the ball alive and keep it moving. But I mean, defensively, they're very smart. I definitely noticed a lot of their schemes were coming out.
Yeah.
I think they run a force middle, and we've been practicing against force middle this year more. So that could be another reason why we did so well.
Yeah. I think, Mike, I was talking to you on Saturday night before Truck Revolver, and we were just talking about how it's a good matchup for you guys, kind of with like our lens in mind, because we don't match up well against them purely because we struggle against their poachy stuff, and we always have. We like, this isn't a secret. Like Bravo struggles against poachy stuff for whatever reason.
We're dummies.
We're dummies. But I was like, yeah, I think like Truck can just kind of like work through that. Like they're so comfortable with that and like small ball and moving through their handlers and reconnecting to the stack. And like, that's kind of what that Revolver D does to you. So I think, Mike, was that you that I was talking to you about this? Might've been. I don't know. I was talking to someone,
to be honest.
and I was like, I think Truck got it. Like this is a really good matchup for Truck. And I wasn't even considering the stuff that you said. I was just purely because I was like, they're so comfortable with this small ball and moving through that and reconnecting.
Plus,
I was going to ask you what you thought. Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, you had already had 2 close games against them too. I mean, you're the only team that has a win over them this year, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
15-13 or something in the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because my confidence in Truck Stop is always so high. I've been clicking around while you guys have been chatting at the previous years, like. In 2020, if you're curious, if in 2022, Truck Stop lost 4 games total. In 2023, Truck Stop lost apparently 3 games total.
Jesus.
4 if you count quarterfinals.
So they lost more at Pro Champs than they did all year.
2024.
Almost in 2 years.
2024 was a little more balanced, but Pro Champs was weird for you last year because you had so many people at WUC, so WUC was just screwed everything up. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses, and you're at 10 losses this year. So it's not
just shitting on our guest right now.
Well, my point being is normally I'm like, I have the utmost confidence in Truck Stop's offense to just figure shit out, especially like this time of the year. I always feel like Truck Stop's O is more refined than everybody else's, and everybody else's whatever defensive looks that they have. I'm actually curious to see how Revolver does for the rest of the season. I think that they're clearly the favorite, but like, is you talking to some other folks, like, are they peaking too early, or are they like, will their defense, their junky poachy defense, be as effective at nationals when teams have had more reps and preparation and have finished kind of tinkering throughout the season? So I don't know. I do think that they are immensely talented. Like, I think that they're the most talented team, the most talented roster this year. But yeah, I suppose if I just think about it, when I think of like Thomas, Jacques, Box,
Beef,
like Taimon's usually
AJ.
good at finding spaces. Like,
yeah.
But it is a different look. Thomas, I'm curious, like how I think Miles is playing a lot more O this year. AJ's playing some O.
You're
Like
playing
it is a little bit like of a different style at times. Like, is that something that you've had any growing pains with, or has it been pretty seamless?
If you had asked me before Pro Champs, I might have said no. There haven't really been any growing pains. Like it's been really seamless, and I don't necessarily think that we had growing pains at Pro Champs. But as you were talking, I was just thinking about how different our O line actually is than the 2024 and 2023 versions of our O line, where really the one piece that's moved off, the biggest piece was Johnny Malks, and he's moved to Sockeye. And now we have like myself, Sean Mott, Miles, AJ, Aiden Downey, like 5 kind of new pieces coming over who have all been very good individually. But it is like a brand new look and a brand new O-line. I like a lot of it because there are times where you feel teams starting to kind of clamp down on our small ball. And then we hit a Sean Mott on the rail who throws a lefty backhand or flick huck to a Miles. And it's like, that didn't exist at any time in truck stops past. And it's really great. Or me hucking to Cole, or, we just have so many different kind of deep looks as well. And I think we're going to get more and more polished as the year goes on. So there may have been a little bit of just like settling in, but I really think we're going to be off to the races come regionals, come nationals, as we start to just like get more integrated with ourselves and get more truck specific practices. I think this is something the three of us have talked about on past episodes, but we focus on Breeze for, 5 months of the season. That's great. The UFA definitely has its place and I do enjoy it. But now we get to have just a lot more truck practices. And that was something coming off World Games that was kind of a mind fuck for me. Was I went into China with I was on 3 teams. I was on Breeze, I was on Team Canada, and I was on truck, and I landed back in DC and I was only on truck, and it's just like, whoa, this is like, I went from like 3 different focuses and my mind's kind of in different places to one team to focus on. So that has been very interesting.
Yeah. I'm looking at the rankings right now. I see you. So Truck Stop will be in the 2 band. I thought Rhino was going to be in the 2 band, and I was like, shit. If Rhino and Truck, I would not want to see either of those teams as a 2 seed. But right now, as it stands, I think assuming all these teams qualify for nationals, Pac-Man is the team you want as your 2 seed. But it's looking like Pac-Man, Machine, Chain, and Truck will be the 2 band.
How can they be a 2 seed? I'm not doubting that they're good, but they're not a 2 seed at nationals.
It's just it's the way the rankings shake out. It's not.
I know, but
it's
come
not their
on,
fault.
man.
It's the rankings' fault.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. TK, he sent me a text or a message today. He said, let me read this.
We got RDU in the 3s, and the only reason they're even there is because, sorry, it's not the only reason, but a big reason is like they picked up Toby and Allen for a tournament.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what? Like, how are we just letting all of this stuff slide and just? This is a conversation for another time. So, but Jesus, man,
the phrase we've been saying all year, Thomas, is competitive integrity. So TK is like competitive integrity. Philly is number 5. They're going to be a 2 seed. Their most valuable win is against a truck skeleton crew in June, and a big win against Shrimp, who we literally know firsthand flew out we played them in a UFA game. And then they flew out that night to play PEC West and then lost to.
And they played them like 9 a.m. Yeah. The next day.
Phoenix has a big, largely bolstered.
Because of the Bravo win.
Yeah, they beat us at PEC, which we had 9 guys playing in, and I was one of them. And they beat 15-10. They beat RDU 15-10 at one point. And then obviously RDU had that bolstered result with Toby and Allen playing. So it's like it is what it is. Like this is the system we live in, and we just kind of have to deal with it. And I don't know what we can do to improve it, but I even texted Cody today. He didn't respond. I was like, what do you think? What should we do to fix
Help.
this? Yeah.
What I'm about to say, I am not trying to take away from anyone's ranking results or anything like that, but I am surprised that more teams have not tried to game the rankings. And maybe they have, and I'm just ignorant to it. But like, let's say a club team just wanted to, really focus on the UFA and just go to 1 or 2 tournaments, get their games in, and they could go to the right tournaments and just make sure they had good results. Obviously, make sure you have good results is like easier said than done, but it's definitely interesting. It feels like a fallible system, but it is what we have, and yeah.
I mean, I do think if the ultimate goal is to find the best team at nationals, like that's still going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if we lose at regionals and don't go,
shut it.
We don't deserve it. Although even it's funny enough when we won in 22, we did lose a regional final. So
yeah.
Anyway, we've gone on a huge tangent, drifted away from Thomas.
One more piece of this tangent is the Ulti-World posted the Universe Point clip from RDU Chain at whatever tournament that was, Elite Select. Mm-hmm. And they sent her, I don't know who they sent her to, but they get it to Alan, and then Alan gets it to Toby, and then Toby throws it back to Alan, and then Toby goes deep, and Alan throws it to Toby for the score, and that was Universe Point for their biggest win of the season.
Yeah.
Okay, done. Tangent over.
Wait. I saw on Reddit that Alan has played for like 5 teams and is 24-0 or something. I
think you're right.
It's incredible.
Matt was talking about that too.
It's so funny. Coming off the MVP UFA season, now he's undefeated in club for how many different...
Yep.
Wait, did he win MVP? Did they announce that?
No, it's just like he could.
Yeah.
I don't think he will because the Flyers didn't make like the playoffs, which is sad because I think Allen's incredible and he probably deserves it with the season he had. But I don't think we'll know till like November, if I had to guess.
I thought they were going to give it to Don, but they didn't make championship weekend either. So who knows?
Yeah. All right. Should we transition into World Games?
Yeah. Any final thoughts on Pro Champs? I guess like you guys are feeling okay, but not psyched about the results, but feeling okay about where you're at.
Yeah, like we know what we need to work on, and we didn't have that many filmed games, so hopefully, we're not super scout. Like I think in 2024, we were probably the most scouted team. I think that makes sense. The team that won the year prior is like the most scouted team. Revolver maybe the most scouted team this year with how well they've done. So not that we're necessarily trying to hide anything, but I think it helps when there's just less footage of you. But yeah, overall, a fun tournament. We enjoyed that it was close to DC, just a nice 3 to 4 hour drive home. My one comment was there seemed like a lack of bathrooms, like that one bathroom just in the middle.
And water.
So far away. Yeah.
Dude, and no tents. We were actually complaining about this. Like, I am A-okay with tournament directors and affiliate or Frisbee orgs making money for running a tournament. They should. But I think there should also be bare minimums for a Triple Crown tournament. Like, did we really need a tent? Okay, no. But I think that should be required. I think the bathrooms should be accessible and, more dispersed.
Yeah.
And water should be readily available at each field.
There was not even water at some of the fields. Like you'd have to go to a different field, like literally hop a fence and go to a different field to get water. Like it was Also, I feel bad about complaining about the location because we have a tournament in Colorado, but it'd be great if it was in like a place with an airport that you could get to easily.
Oh, I meant to ask you. Yeah, where did you fly into? Richmond would be my guess, or did you fly to Norfolk?
So Norfolk, but like you had to lay over or spend $800 on a flight. Like legitimately, we had players spending upwards of $1,000 on flights to get to this tournament.
Yeah.
And I laid over in Dallas. We had people, Cody Spicer, Slayton, and Denny flew from Norfolk to Newark and then to Denver.
Holy shit.
And the flight is like $600 to do that.
Yeah.
Like, just put it like, I'm fine with it being east, like whatever. Put it in Atlanta. Put it in Boston. Like, you can fly to these places direct for a reasonable price. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I felt the same way about PC East. It was an hour away from Detroit. It's just like,
yeah.
And Detroit is obviously more convenient to fly to,
but still.
Yeah, there's part of me that feels whiny and privileged to complain about these things, but I just feel like it needs to be the standard, especially if they want the division to even stay the same. Like, forget about growing.
Yeah.
But more and more people are going to be playing UFA, and it's continue to have conflicts. And then if costs keep going up, it'll be maybe one or two players every year, but it's going to get more. It's going to keep growing, and all of a sudden, the best players will not be wanting to play club.
It's sad to think about.
It's a sad day. Yeah.
Hey, dingus, stop using your grandma's cleats held together with athletic tape and step into a fresh pair of Tokais, specifically designed for Ultimate Frisbee. And while you're at it, support your favorite idiot podcasters using our referral link, tokai-ultimate.com/podpractice. Before
we get going on World Games, obviously Quinn said this, but you and him are very close. But I agree that you were definitely the best handler, hands down, at the tournament. And Grant even told me at Pro Champs, I don't even think I asked him. I think I just asked him who were the toughest opponents, and Grant was like, Thomas Edmonds was the best player at the tournament. So hats off to you for having a great tournament.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah. It was fucking awesome to watch you. It was very sick.
Yeah, it was a very different style of offense than I've played recently. And I think I thrived in it, and we just built like a really cool offensive machine, and our chemistry was electric, which was awesome. But also, like, we had 2 training tournaments and 1 training camp, and it just felt like higher than you would have expected after just like a few events like that. But we just really clicked, and yeah, it was awesome. It was a great ride.
Yeah. Your first game is against Colombia. Like, people are like, before the tournament, people are like, this is like one of the best teams there. Like, maybe a team that could upset the US. Your first game is against Colombia. Like you were saying, you don't really know what you had. Like, obviously you had very talented players and a talented team, but it's hard to know what you have until you do it. How did that game feel? I think you guys like really kind of spread, like took away from them in the second half. How did that game feel? And like after that game, how was the team and like the environment? Like, we can really do this. We have like, all that stuff.
Yeah, after the game, confidence was definitely super high, and almost like, I don't know if like a relief is the right word, but when you're in like the pool of death, just to get one win makes it feel like you can survive, you can get out, you can make semis, especially in this format where you have to be in the top 2.
Yeah.
So getting a win obviously felt amazing, but we also played really well.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we got broken against Colombia, but I don't know if we did, which just like really feels good. Like when you pitch like a no-hitter, you're just like, oh, okay, we're onto something here.
Yeah.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, which like I didn't play on the defensive side that much that game, maybe a point or two, but I thought our matchups were incredible. Molly Wedge did a great job on Valeria. We had really good matchups like Sarah Jacobson for Manu, and we really took away 2 of their biggest weapons. And obviously that team is full of talented players, but I really think we did a good job matchup wise. And especially on a turn, I think you may have seen it a little bit, but we tried to use our size and our athleticism on the male side. That was part of our game plan to really punish them, and we did. And it's funny because maybe we'll talk about France next, but we were telling our female matching players like, hey, it might feel a little like weird or, dude bally in the Colombia game when we get a turn, but France, it'll be your opportunity because we do think that's where we can flex our advantage against France. So team bought into that, and that was incredible. And I do think that's one of the fun, like, nuanced things about mixed is you might have to flex one side of your advantage in one game and change that the next game, which might be a little different than like a single gender matchup.
That was my follow-up question, because Quinn and Malik had big games against Columbia, just like you kind of expect them or need them to against a team like that. But Devin and I were like laying in bed watching because all the games are late, and we're like, wow, they're dude balling it right now. And I'm like, yeah, they have to against this team. Like this is where they have their advantage. So listen to you kind of just like speak my mind was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. It was just a really good game plan from our coaches, and I loved our coaches. Every evening they had a PowerPoint for us before the game, and the first slide was like the flag of the country inside the country's outline, and just like the name, and then it just like kicked it off, and it was just like a really fun like detail we didn't need, but it really just like kicked it off. It was great.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, then France. Should we move on to France or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Or
so
do we want to
play?
Mike? Do we want to do the clip now, or do we want to move on and then?
Well, I think we'll do them all together.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. So France, like I said, we knew we had maybe more of an athletic advantage against their FMPs. So we really tried to exploit that in some of our pull plays, but also defensively. And when we got a turn, we tried to play through our women more. But France is so good, so athletic, and have a lot of really smart defenders like Gael, who just is, like really brilliant. And then I was drawing a couple of matchups like Roble, who's like very strong, and unfortunately like got hurt at the end there. But that was one of the more fun matchups I had throughout the tournament. But that was such a close game. And again, like our offense was clicking, and we didn't get broken until very late that game, and we had very few turnovers, which was good because it ended like 13-11. But yeah, just like a very solid team from France, and it was really fun to play against Elliot. And we had some kind of like we had an emotional moment after the game where he gave me a big hug and was kind of just expressing how fun it was. And I was telling him like, go get him, like you're gonna make the semis, just go get this next game. And and they did that.
And for reference, Elliot played truck with you. Was that last season?
Last year,
2024. Yeah.
I'm pulling up all the stats from each game too. By the way, let's see how you're. Shall we look at?
I had Thomas on my fantasy team, so
it's a good pick.
Thomas, two goals, 1 assist in that France game. Wow, more goals than assists that one.
Dynamic.
2 goals, 2 assists against Colombia.
Wow. Steady.
Okay. And then you played. Who was the last team in your pool?
Wait, Australia?
Australia, okay.
So, it was nice because France played Colombia earlier in the day. So we knew the result and we knew how it affected. Obviously, we still wanted to win. We still wanted to be. Our result did not affect our standing in the pool, but we still wanted to win, and we still wanted to put out a good product. And with only 14 players on your roster, there's no like resting or there's no we'll play our depth or anything like that. So that was an interesting dynamic, and I'm glad our coaches and leadership really brought us up to the standard of like, hey, we're just going to have we're going to play a good game. If anyone's feeling like tweaky during the game, let us know. Like we obviously want to conserve if we have to, but that's not our game plan. And then we went from there, and I thought we put a good game together. They're a really fun team with like kind of like their dribbling style.
I didn't expect them to come out with that type of style. It's very interesting.
Yeah, like their biggest dude, Rob Andrews, is just dribbling around the field. Like that was very fun. I did think they were going to huck it to him and McGuckin more, but they weren't. And then Kaya Wea is very talented as like a handler as well. Confirmed with her that her name does not rhyme, unfortunately. It's not Kaya Wea or Kia Wea. It's Kia Wea.
Kia Wea would be so sick.
It would be
good. But unfortunately, BDS goes down in that game, right? That was towards the end.
That was, definitely like the saddest moment of the tournament was when Britt went down, and we were all feeling it super hard. And it's tough because she couldn't move, and she was out of bounds, but at the back of the end zone. So she was just always in the field of view, which, like, I don't know, it's just tough emotionally. And you don't know what's going on. Obviously, you know, your teammate is super hurt, but you don't know, like, is this an ankle sprain that can get taped up? Is this a knee? Is this like, yeah. Obviously at that time you try not to assume the worst, but it's like hard not to. And that was definitely really sad, obviously. But I mean, we rallied really well into the semi.
It was watching it was tough. I mean, obviously, but like I saw the throw go up and I saw her chasing it, and in my head I was like, just let them score, because you don't need to make this play. But of course, like the competitor, like in anyone, you're gonna try to make the play. It's just like so devastating to watch.
It sucks. Sucks big time.
Yeah, that's who Britt is. She wants every disc. She always wants to have possession of it. She wants to get it back on D, and
which is sick.
I mean,
yeah.
All the best to Britt, a sick player, amazing player.
Yeah. But the team does rally quite well. You play Germany, right, in semis?
Mm-hmm. Germany in semis. One stat that Robin Fenning told me that was very interesting was over the first 3 games of pool play, Britt averaged, I'm going to make it up because I forget the numbers, but it was like 140 yards of offense and like a certain number of scores, so goals and assists.
Mm-hmm.
And in the semis, our 6 FMPs combined brought their average up by that exact number. So they literally like backfilled like Britt perfectly, like statistically, which I was like, that's so cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
They channeled her.
Hell yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah.
What are the feelings going into the Germany game?
Yeah. Losing obviously with 7 of each, gender match, it's losing anyone is a huge hit, but, losing Britt is a very big loss. I do think our entire team rallied really well around it. And that came from our leadership as well. Our coaches were like, hey, we have 2 games left, no matter what, because you play out for place at World Games. So it was either semis and finals or semis and third place game. And it's just like, hey, like FMPs, like you just we just gotta go. All you have is 2 games in front of you, 2 games to 13. It's 1 per day. Like it's gonna suck, but we just have to embrace it and go for it. And they did that. And they identified very clearly like who's going to be playing more offense for us, who's going to be playing more defense in these spaces, and how we're going to play around losing more of like a high touch distributor like Britt. And I think we did that really well in the Germany game and for the US game as well. So we were really excited. We knew the stakes. Our goal as Canada was to get back to the podium and medal at the World Games after 2022. And so we knew that obviously a win meant we had like achieved our original goal. And so we were super excited. We also thought we matched up really well against Germany, and I think that proved to be true. And we knew maybe how to exploit some of their weaknesses as well. But oh gosh, what was his name? Kind of their big defender.
Paul something.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Perkins.
Yeah. Perkins. Yeah. Bro, that guy. It's a beast.
Yeah. We were like, Perkins is like definitely really good. And we also have a Quinn and a Malik to, be a really nice like counter match with him. And they had a really good battle. And not everyone had like a Perkins that they could also put out there. So really good to play against Germany. They run a fun style. I think we gave Nico Mueller a good matchup with either Marty or Malcolm. They both did really well on him. Yeah. So yeah, again, another team I thought we matched up really well against, and we kept possession of the ball really well on offense, and we were pretty stingy with it when we got the turn and we were able to punch in some breaks. I don't think we got broken that game.
I can
If
look.
you did, it was like late and it seemed to not matter. I never remembered watching that and being like, Canada doesn't have this kind of in the bag type situation, which is kind of crazy because I don't think it was. That's how World games are. It's like it'll be 13-11. It's like, it wasn't close. And it's like, well, hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. Watching Marty play, man. I love watching Marty play. You mentioned him on Mueller a lot, and he is just like, people that don't know that much about frisbee and were like watching it too. They're like, that guy is so fast, and like he looks fucking fast on film, which is a hard thing to do. I will say, not many people look fast on film, but Marty just cooks.
So fast, so quick, good on defense, great with the ball. Can be an incredible deep cutter, which if you like saw his size originally, you might just be like, no, this guy.
No.
But
Yeah.
just so easy to put out in front of him, and he just runs it down.
Yeah. Any breaks, Mike?
No,
No
no
breaks?
breaks. It is a little bit difficult to say see, because it doesn't tell you who started on O, but it looks like they started on O since Nico Mueller was the first.
I mean, you guys, up until finals, how many breaks did you guys give up? Like less than 5.
Robin
sure.
said it on this broadcast, but I forget what it was.
I was gonna say it was 2 or 3. I
think France broke us twice. Colombia didn't break us. Australia broke us, but it was not our full like offensive unit. So we'll take it. We got broken, but it was a different line technically. Malcolm Bryson will give me shit for saying that. But
was he out there?
Yeah.
How did you guys do? This is actually kind of a sidetrack, but how did you guys do lines? How was that kind of constructed? I know, like the U.S. generally doesn't really do lines. They have like a player that leans a certain way, but how did you guys do that?
Yeah, going into the entire year, our coaches were very transparent. They're like, we don't know how we're going to do it right now, but we're going to see how people play at training camps, at tournaments, and how we kind of trend that way. We're going to try people on both sides of the ball. And we know that at a tournament like World Games, you're going to have to play both sides at least a little bit. And I think it kind of just naturally fell into place that for the most part, like the 4 MMPs that would play offense would be like me, Malik, Quinn, and Marty. And then the 4 FMPs that would play offense would be like Sarah Jacobson, just like super athletic cutter. Britt Dos Santos, kind of like my counterpart. Lauren Kamara is like a really reliable reset option and can also throw downfield. Yeah. And then like Mika would come over for some points as well. And I said offense first, but that's not like we didn't fill the offense first. It's like Malcolm's an incredible handler defender, also great at like defense. Like, how are we not going to put Malcolm on defense? So he's going to go play defense. And Mark Lloyd, incredible defender, so we're going to put him on defense. And then like Molly Wedge specializes in defense. Anush is so fast and long. It's just like we're going to love having her on the mark and just chasing people around. So I think people just like naturally fell into spots, and it kind of felt like at that time we had 2 lines, which was quite nice. And we also felt comfortable crossing over, any players that we needed to. And I think it kind of just like naturally fell into place, which is nice. No real like hard conversations. At least that's nice. I wasn't having them. Maybe they existed.
Yeah. Maybe this is ignorant of me. I didn't know Molly Wedge that well. Very impressed with her defensive game. Very impressed.
Such a smart defender, and she'll just like not literally like layout dive, but she'll just like dive in front of like an MMP coming under, just like blow up the lane. They won't throw it, and then she'll just be like reconnecting really fast to like her person. And it's just like, you just did great. You just took away an option for them. You wasted 6 seconds of the stall, and now it's moved to like a non-advantageous place. So she was great for herself and her matchup, but also I think so many people in Canada learned from her and how to play defense, especially gender agnostic switching.
That's really difficult. Yeah. To do those things in mixed is like, it's honestly kind of beyond me. I'm not like a defensive player, and like doing that stuff in mixed is that much more difficult. And it's really impressive when that stuff works.
Yeah, that's one thing that we wanted to be good at, and I think we were decent at it, if not good at it, at the tournament. Was we just wanted, like, if you ended up switched onto someone just because you had to help, like, feel comfortable staying with that person if there's an opportunity to switch back to like the correct gender, I was doing air quotes for those listening on Spotify, but obviously take that, but we feel comfortable with our matchups no matter where we are on the field. We know where the help is, and how can we just continue to, not be wasting time for ourselves defensively looking to switch all over the field.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we get into finals a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. Fine. So semis, you win 13-9 on an epic catch, which we'll look at.
Oh God, dude!
In a bit from Thomas, like just insanity.
Yeah.
We'll ask you about that when we watch it.
Yeah.
So Ryan Heim, sure. Did you play before or after the U.S. played their semi? Do you remember?
I think we were before.
Did you watch and pay attention to their game, or did you just focus on getting rested for the next day?
We watched, yeah. Between the fields and the athletes village was about a 45-minute bus ride, give or take. And usually when we came back from a game, we'd go right to the dining hall. We could talk about the athletes village too. It was amazing. Yeah. But that was like kind of the perfect window of like, we'll start watching their game on the bus ride home. We've like changed and stuff. That takes like 20 minutes. We're on the bus. We start watching their game. And then we just go straight to the dining hall, and like everyone just has their like phone propped up, like, between two people and just like watching the game. So we were definitely paying attention, and just looking to see who would be playing.
I honestly I didn't think of it as a given before the semi round that the U.S. would just make it to finals after watching their Germany game. But they did prevail. What's the morning of finals like? What are the coaches telling you, and what's the mindset?
Yeah, I'll take that morning of and I'll move it back to right after we won. Like, our coach's speech was amazing. They were like, you have 5 minutes to celebrate that we accomplished our goal. We are going to be back on the podium. That's incredible. But now the goalposts have shifted, right? We are trying to win a gold medal. That is obviously what we'd like to do. So that really set the tone. That it's like, you have 5 minutes to feel this like excitement, this amazing feeling. Like, yes, check, we've accomplished that original goal. Boom, new goal. We are trying to win a gold medal. And then morning of, a lot of excitement. I think the game was at like 5:30, so there was also kind of a lot of time. But what's really nice about Team Canada and this version of Team Canada is we all just wanted to always be around each other. So we're like, when are we getting breakfast? We're all going to breakfast at like 8:30. We're all just like hanging out. After that, we're playing cards together. We're just like hanging out, watching movies or whatever. We've got time. But there's also a lot of prep time to kind of feel those emotions and like sit on a bus. We usually left for the game, I want to say like 4 hours before, maybe 3 hours before, because it's about a 45-minute trip. We're getting there like an hour and a half early to make sure we're there so we can warm up for an hour. And then there's a lot of prep time at World Games before you're on the field. You're not just like leaving the warm-up field and going right on the field. You're leaving the warm-up field, you're walking across the stadium, you're going back to the locker room, you're dropping any stuff off you don't need, you're going up and you're lining up, and then you're giving your credential to someone who's checking and making sure it's you, and then you're standing in line, and then you're going into your tent, and then you're leaving your tent, and it's just a lot. It's all good. It makes a lot of sense. But that's to say there's a lot of time to kind of feel emotions and just be with the team, and that was really, really special because you look at a different person that you haven't talked to that day or sat next to that day, and you're just like experiencing this emotion with them or whatever emotion you're feeling in the moment, and you're just like smiling with them, giving them a hug or whatever we were doing. And I would say there was a lot of excitement around that game, and it lived up. It was a really good game.
One of the best games I've seen, honestly. So many crazy plays.
One of the best games ever played. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's up there for sure.
Gosh, I want to ask you a little bit about just like the play side of World Games, but I'm not sure if maybe we talk about finals first. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we can talk about finals
Wherever.
first.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start on D, right? Is that right?
Yes.
And have a chance to break. I think you had maybe two chances to
two
break first
two
point.
chances with the disc on the first point.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you don't get that first break, what are the emotions like there?
For me, excited to go out and play O, knowing that our D line has just scared them twice. Like I've been in that situation on either side of the ball, and it's exciting, right? You're going out on offense, you're like, we just got to get a hold, and our D line is hungry, and we've just put like a little bit of fear into them. And maybe they'll disagree that they were, maybe they won't say they were scared, but I think
scared.
if you're the
yeah, they're scared.
think if you're the US and your O line or whatever line goes out and you turn it twice, you're kind of like, oh, that's not going to plan.
And I think like especially for like you're playing the US, like there's this like aura about the US and like beating the US that I don't think I'm making it up. I play for the US, so it's not like but to just realize like, oh, we can do this. Like after that first point, it's like, oh my God, like we can do this. Like we just got 2 chances at the disc. Like we probably won't get 2 chances another point, but like we can do this kind of thing.
Yeah. And so, yeah, confidence is another one that I was feeling. It's like, we get this hold. We'll probably have to work hard for it, knowing that their defenders are amazing, but we get this hold and our D line's right back out there.
Okay, let me pull up I'll pull up the stats from finals here. So at least the ones not that they're super detailed, but so the first break comes. So you hold, and then you get the first break, right? So it's 2-1 Canada. So you're right. The D line did hold true, and then the first half kind of goes back and forth with it seemed like a hold and a break, 2-point swings for a little while. Like, what do you remember about the first half? Maybe going in up until 6s.
Yeah, I remember, like you said, we got the first break on the third point. I remember they broke us back at some point, maybe to make it 4-4 back on serve.
Looks like 3-2. They broke, so they held and then broke after that. Yeah.
The one thing I remember thinking during the game is if we can get their line cadence off, we will have a lot of success, because I think they're better defenders wanted to play defense. But if we break their, O line, they're going to send out at least some of their, better defenders like Dylan. Marquez will go out and play. Maybe both the Ings, but maybe just one of them. And that usually means that they won't come back out on defense.
Right.
And so and obviously everyone, I'm not trying to say that, no one is good on the US, but like obviously there are people that you would rather cut against.
If you can get the size of the Ing brothers off the field, that's a good thing for your MMPs for sure.
Yeah. And so I remember thinking if we can get them off that cadence, that'll be really good for us. And it's true on the FMP side of the ball too, right? Like if we can get Cammy to not be guarding one of our FMPs, if we can get Dawn to not be guarding one of our FMPs, like that's going to be incredible for us. So I remember thinking if we can get them off cadence, that's really good. So either punching in more breaks or just continuing to hold would be really good for us. So obviously you never want to get broken, but giving up that break just a few points later was a bit unfortunate. But then the first half went to 6s, and then I can't remember if they broke us to take half or they held to take half.
They held, but you had a chance to break, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then, wait, were you about to say something about the first half?
Nope.
Then second half, come out with one of the only quick scores of the game, maybe. the one we
Yeah.
were talking about earlier.
So
Yeah.
our coaching staff gave us an incredible speech at halftime. And there's like, we're right in this. We're on serve. We've had chances. Let's just go out there. Let's like play. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy each other. We only have one more half together as this team. And it really just like riled us up and fired us up. And then we came out, and we'll talk more about that play when we watch it. But getting a one throw hold, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Can't do it unless.
yeah.
I could see myself like breathing a sigh of relief to get a quick hold.
Can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about? I heard like people talking about how it was kind of hard to throw in that humidity. Did you find that at all?
I actually meant to text you about this. We were warming up in Chengdu before the tournament, and we were throwing for the first time there. And I was like, why is this Ultrastar acting this way? But it was acting a little bit like the 2024 UFA Frisbee.
Yeah. So
And
I asked
yeah.
that just now because I just watched. I have like the game up right here, and I just watched you throw the huck to Marty that we're talking about, and I'm just like, oh yeah, people were saying that, and I watched it the way it flew, and it just didn't turn over towards him. So yeah, can continue.
Yeah, and I liked that Frisbee a lot, the
I
2024
did
version.
too, yeah.
But it floats. It feels like it floats longer. Again, these are feelings. I don't have this confirmed by science, but it feels like it floats longer. It doesn't turn over as much. And so, yeah, throwing it with like a good amount of nose angle is nice. And yeah, it feels like you have chances to make some nice plays, like Quinn's catch or something like that. It feels like it hangs up a little longer. So on that one, I felt that if I just gave it some air and some nose angle, it would come down nicely. And obviously, I don't think anyone was getting there besides Marty, but yeah, no, it felt interesting, and it was weird because we've played at elevation, we've played at sea level, but I don't think I've played at like that level of humidity where it's actually affecting the Frisbee. And so that was definitely a bit of a learning curve, and I'm glad we threw before the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, second half. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say you go up 8-7, you break right away, and I can't remember if you had another chance to break at 8-7, but you do go up 10-8, and with a chance to go up 11-8. Was there anything memorable before that? Quinn, were you about to say anything?
No, go ahead.
So 10-8, I'll skip ahead to 10-8. You have the disc near their end zone. I think it's like Gangan throws like a cross field swing to, I cannot remember who it was. And then they had to switch cross gender. I think Gangan maybe has to set the mark somehow. No, he's on offense. Sorry, Claire Trope ended up guarding Gangan on the reset and took that away. Have you replayed this moment at all, like 10-8 near the end zone?
I have watched it back. I honestly forgot about this point after the game. And
really?
not for like a weird reason, but I didn't remember this. I don't know if I was in the tent, like trying to get rehydrated. I was usually trying to be on the sideline talking to the defense, but for some reason after the game, someone was talking about this point, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
That didn't happen.
It happens fast.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so you didn't think much about it because you don't remember it.
Yeah, actually, Malcolm throws a crossfield swing to Anush, and Rafi is marking, and Claire is guarding the dump.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know Grant told us that this was the one moment where he was like, we could be fucked.
I think that's right. I mean, I don't remember like what was happening on the field, but I remember we had a chance to go up 11-8. and I think that's like kind of a dagger because our D line goes back out there, as opposed to they score. It's now 10-9. Our O line goes back out there. So I think it's just one of those moments where we're 2 holds away as opposed to 3 holds away, and we one as an O line or an O unit get more rest. They have to like go out there with probably a solid they'd probably call like a custom line would be my guess to make sure they get a hold or give themselves the best opportunity to get a hold. And then so they're probably not putting out their best D line or at least their freshest D line to play us after that point. Yeah, I mean that was a big moment and I don't remember it.
Yeah, I think that moment, I think definitely could have been a dagger, and I think it was a lot of nerves because I mean I don't want to put anything on anybody, but it's just like I think it was a lot of nerves where it's like, ooh, this is a little tight, I don't know, and then it ended up being like high stall, which I don't blame anybody for being nervous in that situation. If you're not nervous in that situation, something's wrong with you. But and then Rafi just throws that like perfect full field huck to Claire to make it 9-10 instead.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. Yeah. But I will say they had Maddie Sang on the camera like during that point and after that point. And I have never seen Maddie Sang look so nervous.
Like he didn't have an answer.
He looked so nervous. And like this is like one of the GOAT coaches, cool, calm, collected, upbeat, happy dude. He looked nervous in this moment.
I feel like there was a shot of him like looking at his notebook.
I have it right here.
Just like, really?
Yeah.
Just like with no, like not even processing what's in the notebook, just like staring at it.
Because he keeps like looking at it. He's got his pen. He keeps like looking up, and he's just like, it's crazy. And I just like, you all did like this, like an incredible game. It just speaks to the game that you guys played, the tournament you guys played, and it was awesome. But I guess we're not done with talking about the game yet. I'm like, I have it up on my screen. I'm watching it, and I wasn't even part of it, and I'm just like, I'm giddy and like excited and nervous, and I know the result, and I wasn't even part of it. So
I actually feel the butterflies as well.
Yeah,
just
dude,
recalling
it's crazy.
It. Yeah. Okay, so they end up holding 10-9. You hold 11-9. Was that the push pass? I can't remember for certain.
That I think was the push pass. Yeah. I was hooping, as the kids say.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys actually turned it on this point too.
Yeah, we got it back. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it back on a huck. Marty playing D on Michael on a huck. And made Michael go up early. Which like honestly like should have just been a clap catch, but Marty like is there, and hindsight you're like, why didn't he just run it out? And it's like, well, because Marty's running full speed and jumping, and you have to go up with him.
Marty's sick.
And Marty's gonna get up massive to D a 6'3" Michael.
How tall is Marty?
5'6" on a good day.
I don't know how tall Marty is. In his height, he was the shortest person on our team. And
really?
I'm not just talking about the men.
Yeah. Wow.
Really?
That's insane. And Michael's big.
Michael's not only tall, he is thick, built, big dude.
That dude's dense. I think if you put Michael in a gold bar in water, Michael would sink faster.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I mean, that's a big, huge moment too. Was it the push pass? I think it was the push pass.
So Thomas is out there hooping. Did you even think about it, or was it just instincts?
I remember them feeling a little bit scrambled as like a defense, because I think I caught an upline they maybe weren't expecting.
And
I
like
remember
Dawn bid at you,
past me. Yeah. And I was kind of like, okay, this is a situation that I can take advantage of where they feel disconnected, and I think we're pretty much like in an end zone set that we'd like to be in. And I remember just seeing a window, and the push pass was the option.
I'll show you frantic. Watch this. I'm gonna throw a break mark push pass hook shot with Michael guarding Quinn.
Just trying to inject confidence back into the team. Like, we got this.
Yeah, and you got to tell me. I'm gonna share my screen really quickly because I don't know if this was the start of it, but Quinn and Malik did not like Michael. They looked very angry on stream, and I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm just gonna show you how Quinn is looking at Michael right now.
Over here at Pod Practice, we are excited to announce that we are partnering with Greatest Bag to provide you with all of your ultimate bag needs. If you're looking to get a new ultimate bag, head on over to greatestbag.com. And if you use code PodPractice10, you will receive 10% off your purchase.
Okay, can you guys see that?
Yeah. Full screen it for me so I can
yeah, clip that.
Michael's even hugging him a little. He's got the hand.
Yeah, I felt like they made up in the moment, but maybe not.
I don't think so, man. You can just
push pass. little hook shot, honestly.
Little hook shot.
It looked like a Bart Watson ultimate throw.
Quinn is not happy.
I know Malik was maybe not loving some of the physicality, and Michael had made a physical play against Quinn earlier in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
and then we can watch it later, but he makes another physical play against Malik at like the back of the end zone.
Oh, that's the one that I think Malik took
really?
exception to. Yeah,
I think this is like after, I can't remember, but he like yells at Michael, and Michael's a physical player, and he's obviously like this close to getting a D on every single throw that's to his guy. So he's like definitely bumping you. I've been there, and I hate it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we haven't even talked about the Callahan we got. I forget what that
was. Yeah.
Oh God.
That was that for 3-3, I think, to get it back. I'm looking back at the stats.
Might have been.
You I think you might have turned it after they broke for 3-2. And then Dylan floated that one that Thomas, you were the benefactor of.
The old Callahold.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty sick that you can say you got a Callahan in the World Game Final.
Yeah, we were on the bus back after the game, and I was like, kind of in my feels. Obviously, would have loved to win. But our coach Mooney just looks back at me and goes, "You got a Callahan in the World Game Final." It's like, goddamn, you're right.
Also, how did Kimura break out the tandem butt spike on that one too for the celebration? That's fire.
We've been trying to make that a team thing since London Invite. So there's a couple games where you'll see that happen a few times, but I do like that spike. Like someone just presents it and you're like, yeah.
I mean, that's what I was doing that at Wook, like constantly. I think Rowan gave me like 8 butt spikes.
Yeah. I think I might have taken inspiration from you, honestly. I was just like, I love this spike. We should do it more. And it's funnier in mixed. Maybe it's not funny. I don't know.
It was really funny. The way that Lauren like kind of like it was funny.
Yeah.
The Callahold, that's good.
Yeah.
Fast forwarding, so you hold 11-9. They have a quick hold 11-10 on a huck to Grant. And at this point, I remember thinking that 11-9 goal was hard fought. And I was sort of thinking, like, can Canada do this 2 more times? The 11, so let's see. Then I guess they must hold, or they break for 11s.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that was not the junk point. Was it, Quinn? It was at 11s when they.
It was at 11s to make it 12-11, I believe. Yeah.
Do we recall the 11-10 point? I guess you have it up.
I thought that was the junk point. Maybe not.
They were junk. They were junk on 11-10, but it wasn't the junk point that we talked
where
with Grant
Cam
about.
Gets a D. I don't remember the turnover. I guess
is it?
It was me.
Thomas. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was Thomas didn't get any cuts. Or no, 11-10 is the Pepe's. The Pepe's.
Oh yeah, okay. So in the you were in the red zone. There was a stoppage. It was Kimura.
Kimura runs behind.
That one. Yes.
Yeah. Damn.
Just like another kind of pressure of the moment, probably. Like it's something that it's a pass that's going to be completed 99 times out of 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think like the sequences leading up to that, as you were alluding to, Mike, like we had a pretty tough hold. That was a long hold. Maybe we had turned it. I forget. Yeah, I think we had turned it. So a long, hard fought hold. They have a quick hold. So we're going back out there after working pretty hard. So I think that's a situation pretty much any ultimate player can empathize with. You hard fought hold. They hold quickly because they're very good, and we're like, we're back out there.
Here we go.
The psychology of that, seriously though, it's something that you don't think about very much. I was in fact even thinking about that at Pro Champs. Maybe it was our last game against Ring. We were playing for 5th, and or maybe it was the Rhino. It doesn't matter.
It was the Rhino game. I know what you're talking about.
It's just like our O was holding, but it was hard, and there was at one point when they scored quickly. I was like, is it just time? Should we just keep the swing line out there just to give the O a mental break as much as a physical break?
So this is a good kind of anecdote. Not the same thing at all than the World Games final, but we're playing Rhino and our O-line had just like grinded. It was probably like a 4-turn point a piece. It was like an absolute grind. And Matty is talking to his D-line on the line, and he said, we do not have to break this point, but if we do one thing, this has to take a long time. It has to take a long time. And I think that's exactly what they did. I think they got scored on, but it took a long time and let like the O-line just sit there for a second and just like, oh, okay, we can just like hang out.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know because even like most of the time I'm like speaking from an O-line player, most of the time I'm like not even that tired to go back out there. It's not that I'm too tired to go play again. It's just something. I don't know what it is.
Well,
Thomas,
it's like you kind of expect that time on the sideline is like just like reset everything. And then there's moments where, there's different conversations happening. Maybe me as the coach is trying to talk to the O, and then they're like, maybe Zeke is over there, Nuts over here, and some other one, and it's just
somebody's having a goldfish.
As much as we talk about getting together between points, it doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, like you're mid thought, and
you're
like,
sprinting to the line.
like you have to go back on the field.
Yeah,
and
I think it's. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
I was going to just say that's kind of the situation that you found yourself in at, I guess, 11-10.
Yeah, Quinn, I think I agree with you. I rarely feel like physically fatigued in those situations, but I do think there's something to be said about like the mental aspect of it and being like locked in and super focused for that long and then not having a big reset to then like lock back in. I like to think about when I cross the barrier, the line of the field is when I like lock back in. So when I'm on the sideline, I can be a little like more unfocused. I don't have to be so like hyper locked in. And when you don't get a really long reset period, I do think there's something to be said about that of like, oh, it's like harder to like focus or,
still thinking about the last point.
Yeah. Or put energy into your legs. Maybe, I don't know, like that connection. I don't know the exact words for it, but there definitely is something of like a short reset period or cool down period and then having to go back out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say about this like 11-10 and even it was before 11-10 when they really like it was probably like at that time we were talking about at 8-10 when it could have been 11-8. They amped up the pressure on defense.
They're just flying around.
And the physicality. Like they amped up. They took like their already incredible and very high defensive pressure from like 10 to 11 at that point in the game. and it showed, man. It was crazy. It was some of the best defense I'd ever seen, to be honest, like team defense and matchup defense.
Yeah. Oh, we felt it out there.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
And we can talk about like, this was a drop, but it's like, sure, but that is not why. Like it happens because of all the other things that are going on and the pressure that the US is putting on and all of that stuff. It's not just like it was just like a drop. Like it's like all that stuff goes into it significantly.
Oh yeah, pressure builds. I mean, we talk about this in club all the time. Is even if our first 3 D points are long D points, long O points for the other team, that pressure is building. The percent chance of us getting a break soon after that is way higher. And those body blows, teams always say that, body blows, but it builds throughout the entire game.
Yeah. And that's one thing that's made Trucks O even more impressive over the last few seasons. Just like the ability to hold under that type of pressure consistently.
Do you remember you guys took a timeout after that at 11s? Do you remember what was said in the huddle at all?
After 11?
Yeah, at 11-11 after they broke. Henry caught a deep ball from Kayla. And then you guys only one timeout a game, right?
One timeout a game.
Yeah. Whoa. What was that huddle like?
I actually think it was pretty calming from our coaches. It was like, hey, this is just a moment, and we just want you all to have a little extra time. And we thought this was like the best use of this. So just take what you need. Do you need water? Do you need electrolytes? And get ready to go back out there. But yeah, we're not taking this because we feel any type of way. We're taking this because we can't take it with us, and we think a little extra rest could be good for you all. I mean, they're not saying we think you look tired, but just like, hey, we're giving you like a little extra moment here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 11-11 point is actually would be one I wouldn't mind watching together.
Watching the whole thing. Let's do it.
You want to play until like Thomas is centered too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know. So they have 2 zones that they were using, and they used them back to back here in these 2 points. And this one in particular, they have 2 MMPs around the disc, and then they have an FMP Chastain on this point, just playing like shark in the middle of the field, basically, which is interesting. Thomas, I'm excited for you to listen to Grant talk about these defenses when that episode comes out.
Yeah, pause it like right here. I have so many thoughts, but Thomas, are you thinking of anything in particular right here that you recall? Do you remember what the
I'd have been blacked out. I'd have been completely blacked out. I do not remember this.
I remember thinking Marquez's mark was really solid, and
his
I remember
mark, man.
thinking
he might have the best mark in Frisbee.
Got a good mark.
Definitely.
I remember thinking that I didn't have readily apparent options off of this.
Yeah.
And I think I tried to go to Marty on the around backhand,
mm-hmm.
And then the count was high, and I think I should have gone back to him on the inside here, but it looked like Chris was ready to close that space pretty quickly if I went there.
Especially like when you don't throw it right away, Chris starts to close.
Yeah. And then I think they just did a really good job collapsing spaces for us, and that's that.
Rewind.
Is that a noosh 13?
Yeah.
I mean, hindsight, would love to her come get the disc in this space here. Hindsight, obviously, but
even Marty,
yeah. I almost think like maybe she's expecting it to go to Marty, and that's why she doesn't go there or something.
Like if Marty had stayed negative, it just like it was like the perfect defense for whatever it was that you were planning to run here.
Was the call to have Marty set up on the stack side? Is that why he's kind of set up over here?
Don't remember the pull play, honestly. We didn't encounter a lot of junks or junky zones like this throughout the tournament, and so I think we were not as prepared or maybe just not as mentally ready for something like this, and then trying to like get out of our pull play and getting into this.
And they executed it very, very well, obviously.
A well-timed defensive call. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, because Chris does close that inside space. It would have had to have been a pretty tight, crazy throw if he came back to the inside.
Yeah, hindsight. So that was to make it 11-12. You do hold for 12s, and then it's Universe with US on O, and they're able to. It was one of the few clean holds, I think, to end the game.
And I think the 12-12 point was pretty long as well, because
they had a chance, right?
That may have been the one Malik got back. I can't remember.
11-12?
Yeah. I think. I don't remember so many spots. I think they did have a chance for 11-13.
Yeah, because Grant gets the block on your inside, a high stall again. They kind of clamped in the handler set. Not a lot of motion, honestly. And then Grant gets that block on the inside.
Did you feel like the looks were dissolving, I suppose, at the end of the game? Like the last 2 points, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah. The pressure was really high, as we said, and I'm not sure what others were feeling, but it did feel like a lot of our options were taken away. And throughout the tournament and our year as a team, we found a lot of success looking upfield for a longer amount of time than might be normal or typical in other systems, but that was our system, and we found a lot of success with that. And that may have been something that they exploited. But yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think that made us super successful in a lot of other ways, in a lot of other games. And personally, like, I felt like insane that I threw 2 turnovers in 2 points when before that I had like 1 turnover the whole tournament. But I mean, credit to the US's defense. It was really, really good. And we pushed them to the brink, and they pushed us to the brink, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, watching it live, and I still feel this way, and maybe it's because I'm very biased, but like your turns, they felt more like team turns than anything. It was like coverage sacks type situations from the US, the moment being really big and people being a little bit afraid to like really, really, really want the disc and go get it. And like watching those games, like your turn, they like I said, like your turns, they felt like team turns more than a lot of turns do in games. So for what that's worth, but I do have Malik yelling at Michael as he's walking the disc back up to the line on 11-12, which I'm going to share again. It's really funny. Like, he doesn't have a chance. It just blows him up.
He's just come on.
And I think Malik is so mad that and I think it goes into his decision right here, to be honest. Like, I don't know how many hucks he'd thrown this tournament, but it's not many. And he decides to rip it there, which I probably would have done too if I was that mad.
Malcolm had a good defensive game.
Oh, what did I just do? He had a really good
Dude, you get these ads too? I get these ads.
What are you looking at?
What am I looking at?
Are you looking for an ultimate specific training program? Try Brian Nevison's Ultimate Mobility membership. He offers ultimate specific training, customized feedback on your form, weekly live check-ins, full in-season, preseason, and off-season programs, and you can help support the pod by using our referral link in the description below. Obviously, disappointing result. Amazing tournament. Amazing team.
Was it a disappointing result? I don't know, man.
No,
I think this.
It wasn't. I think I'll try not to speak for the team, but I think we all felt a little sad on the bus ride home. But then you start to remember what an amazing experience it was. Even like if this team didn't medal, it was a collection of 14 at World Games plus all our alternates and our support staff that just like vibed super, super, super well together. So it was amazing, and obviously it was extra amazing to accomplish our goal of like medaling, and we pushed the US, who was considered the favorite, at least going into the tournament, like to the brink, and we gave them such a good game. And the amount of people at Pro Champs that came up to me and said it was so fun watching you and Canada at World Games, and like we were rooting for you, and people are messaging all of us, and like honestly the support from Canada and people in Canada that play Ultimate, that were just like reaching out to all of us, like how proud they were of us and how they followed along the whole time. Like
that's awesome.
It was something really special. And yes, gold would have been extra special and the cherry on top, but so happy. And we brought Canada back to the podium, and we put up an amazing final, a game to remember for a lot of people, not just who were on the field, but it was it was amazing.
That's well said. One of my favorite images, I think I might have mentioned this when we had Grant on, is Britt. I don't know if consoling is the right word, but it's Britt and Mika. Mika's in tears, and Britt is sort of like has this maternal or big sister kind of look to her, and I have no idea what she's saying, but you can just tell that she's so proud of Mika. And it was just like, is such a cool image, because it is really like, one of the greatest players, kind of not handing off I think I might have said handing the torch off before, but not like, it's not exactly that. But I just love seeing like the different generations of players having a moment like that.
It's really cool.
Yeah, like Mika being 22, like she might have 3 more World Games in her, maybe more. Like, Kayla's played so many, and Marty's 22. Like he could have so many more World Games. Like the fact that those two, and we have a lot of other young players as well on the team, the fact that all of our young players got to be in that moment and feel those feelings and know what it takes to make a final, to push the US to the brink, to get playing time. That's like the special part about World Games. Like, you're on the field, you have to be. It's going to be so good for them individually, for Canadian Ultimate. They're going to take that back to their clubs. It's just going to be an experience that they'll be able to build on. And we're already having chats as a team, like, how can we build something over the next 4 years before Germany? And yeah, maybe it won't be exactly everyone, because Mark Lloyd said he was retiring in the locker room after the game. But, how do we build this program? How do we make sure that Canada stays on the podium and can continue to push these really hard games? So those conversations are already happening. And Britt messaged me and she was like, Tommy, that can't be my last World Games. Like, we have to play together again in Germany. And I was like, fuck, Britt, I'm going to be 34. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to really badly, but Jesus.
You can do it, man. You can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah, I know.
You'll still be in your prime.
The entire U.S. team was older than that.
Yeah, seriously. Well, yeah, talk about that a little bit, Thomas. Like, obviousyou you have this tremendous bond now with the Canadian World Games team. You are a dual citizen. Like, do you've played for Team USA, like, how, and I think you are at Beach as well.
Mm-hmm.
How does that factor in? Like, is that something you think about at all?
Yeah, I have thought about this a lot. I think this is like certainly a loaded question, but the bond that I felt with this Canadian World Games team, I think, was like very different than the Team USA that we had in Australia. And I think different is the right word. I mean, I think Quinn can attest to this. I think other than the DC guys who I was already kind of close with, the people I became the closest with were the people we like shared an apartment with. Whereas like Canada, I felt like I got close to everyone, and I know so much more about all these people. We got close. We have like shared moments together, not just on the field but off the field. And there's already talks of, should we play party tournaments together? Should we like make a club team? Should we do the next WUC cycle as a Canadian mixed team? Not just the 14 of us, obviously, but should we be intentional about that as kind of like, this is going to be the World Games like cycle, like making more of these like national team programs that the US, or like Quinn, we've talked about, like that would be ideal for the US, you know, if we had that, or any country. And so those conversations really excite me. And going back to that is very exciting. So yeah, it's definitely different. It's definitely fresher. And I had an amazing time, and I would love to play with all those players again. And yeah, it was just super, super fun and rewarding. And it was definitely one of my favorite moments of my career, the whole thing.
That was great.
Yeah, I guess I won't ask you to choose then.
That would be crazy. Should we finish up with some clips?
Yeah. Unless Thomas, you have any other just thoughts about the tournament that you want to end with before we watch?
Super well run. Very very impressed with like the organization and the whole event. It was super cool to be in a space where it wasn't just a Frisbee tournament. Like walking around the athletes village and seeing the Brazilian beach handball team, and like they're all almost 7 feet tall and they're huge, and you're like, yeah, that's cool. And seeing like the Japanese parkour judge who has like a 3-foot red mohawk is like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I don't know, just like
that is cool.
All these like really cool things that it was like a little tiny city, and we just got to like walk around, and the food was all taken care of, and you could go eat whenever you wanted, and there's all these little gift shops where you can get your little panda trinkets.
Panda.
That's sick.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was just a really well-run event.
Okay, one question before while Quinn actually, am I sharing or are you sharing, Quinn?
We can do both because I have the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, is there a way you can describe the level of play? Like, because it's so different, right? It's 14 people. It's mixed. The teams haven't necessarily spent like the amount of time you spend with truck, right? It's way long. It's way more. Like, you just have more time to build. Like, is there a way to describe the difference that I would understand? Because it's still like, is it fair to say it's the highest level of play, or is it just like I feel like it's the highest pressure level of play. Do you know what I'm like trying to get at? Like,
yeah.
Do you have a description for it?
It's a really good question. I like highest pressure level of play, like the games to 13, the 1 timeout per game. You know, there's just so many elements playing against you not feeling pressure. There's way fewer breaks. Luckily, we had heat breaks, which we kind of needed. Like, it was crazy hot. Mm-hmm. I would say it's the highest level international tournament for Frisbee. And I was talking to a few of our FMPs, and they think the field feels smaller. They mostly play women's.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to a couple of our MMPs, and this is my own opinion, but the field feels a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And
interesting.
I don't know if that speaks to the level of play. I think that's just like single gender players going to like the mixed field. I think that'd probably feel that way anyway. But it was really fun to play that. And when someone said, you know, Edmonds is hooping out there, I actually kind of felt like I was, and not just like I was playing well, but there were times where I didn't realize this till I went back and watched the film. But like Lauren Kamara was usually my reset, especially after Britt left. And she would just go to the front of the stack. And I didn't realize this while we were in there, but it just gave me 8 seconds to look downfield at like these huge lanes. There's no one poaching, there's no like sag in the lane.
Yeah.
And then I could activate the front of the stack for a reset option that was like very consistent and always there. And we didn't even talk about that. We didn't even like plan that. That wasn't like our game plan. It's just how it happened. It's just good ultimate players kind of coming together and vibing, and this like natural chemistry of like trust and love. It's just like, I know where you're going to be and you know what I'm going to be looking for when I want to look for it. And that goes for like everyone on the field. Like Quinn and Malik know that I'm looking in like lanes like this, and like Lauren and Britt know I'm looking in like lanes like this. And yeah, so maybe like vibes based or chemistry is more important than just like the most skill or the most schemes.
I love that. Yeah, when you describe it, it sort of sounds like the most pure form of Frisbee, because so much. I've been talking about this a lot in the last year. How I'm a coach and I'm a huge tactics and strategy nerd, but the more I do this, the less like it's less important to me as like a priority for a team to focus on.
The tactics and strategy.
Like, like so much of it is about the vibes and culture, and also just the players being able to play freely. Like, you're smart, you all know what to do, and you can figure it out in the moment. But like, there's so many times at practices where we're like, really, we're repping one very specific situation over and over and over and over again. And like, great, you're really prepared for that one situation, but on the field, there's an innumerable amount of positions you can be in, and you have to be able to problem solve for all of them. And then I almost feel like we tend to box a lot of the elite players in now, and like so much of the creativity and the what I call it, the like, it's a less pure form of the sport in some ways.
I did feel creative out there, and I know it's not black and white. Some of my favorite teams, including this Team Canada team, there's a lot less structure offensively out there. We're not naming this cut, and we're not trying to say we're doing this cut in this situation. And some of the teams that have been a little more frustrating at times, we have a name for every cut. We have a name for, all these different defenses or all these different positions and these types of like flows we like to be in. And yeah, I think there's a balance. I think both are important. But yeah, it's certainly finding that balance and chemistry and just vibing out there, especially at the elite level. Like, we know how to play, we know how to get open, we know how to break a mark, hopefully. And yeah, it's like
just let him throw a push pass. Just Kareem. Just let him go it.
Kareem. Okay, perfect. We'll go in chronological order for our Be Ultimate Playbook Play of the Week, brought to you by Pod Practice.
Okay, so I love this because Quinn throws it to you, and you are looking at him the entire time. Like, you're like, I swear you no-look catch this because you know he's going deep, and you know you're throwing it to him.
Dude,
of course he is. He's going to the house.
Yeah, dude. And there's that
humid
air.
Float up.
Yeah,
sea level. That's not staying up.
I think it helps Quinn float a little bit too, man.
I like the humidity, the air. He's also the UFA Quinn right there.
Yeah.
I love a celebration.
No, okay, rewind to this.
That's a pure emotion celebration too. That's not like anything planned. That's just like, that was sick. I'm doing whatever.
Okay, rewind and pause. And actually, I joked. So after World Games, Quinn flew back and played in championship weekend for UFA, and he had this pretty bad turnover where it just like it floated. I don't know. It did not go to the intended person at all. And I was just joking, like, welcome back to the UFA disc. But this is interesting.
Go ahead.
So I'm just talking about this play now, but if you had something else, Thomas, on.
I just want to note that before Quinn releases this, he's wearing a hat and sunglasses.
Yeah, that's a good thing to know.
And a jersey and shorts and cleats, and he's just naked by the time he gets down there.
So what I want to point out is that this is a trap force, and we were just talking about players playing freely and systems being stupid, sort of. Like there's some things that we teach like dogma that I don't like that we teach like dogma. And one of them is you have to be positive, set up positive for your trap side reset. The worst possible thing is to catch the disc straight behind the thrower, and you should never throw a same third huck.
And you should never strand your thrower.
Yeah. But fuck it. Like we watched Dylan play at Nationals last year too. Like he throws a huck to Sealand basically off the same type of motion. Yeah. Let's watch it again. Yeah, there really is.
The nose angle on it. And it's almost, the disc is almost like it's flattening out. Like an Ultra Star, especially in Colorado, is not going to flat. It's going to die more. But it's like almost flattening out.
Did you ever have a doubt, Thomas?
No.
Right when it left your hand when I was watching, I was like, that's too far. And the big chunk of grass that comes up too is so good. And I swear his shoulder is in 12 million pieces here.
Oh my God.
And there's his glasses on the goal line. His hat's not even in the frame.
He knows when
his hat comes off at the goal line.
Oh my God. And his luscious locks are just out. Does he do the hair flip here? I know he loves to do the hair flip after the hat comes off.
I like how he lands, rolls, and he's on all fours. I almost wanted him to start like twerking. Yeah, here's the glasses, and then look at this.
Oh, it's not a dirt chunk. It's fucking glasses. I thought it was dirt. It's his glasses.
No, his hat goes there, and then
glasses.
There's a dirt chunk there.
Oh, and there's the glasses.
And glasses. The trifecta.
Right here. I can get it better.
Maybe we can
clip this,
edit it, and try to figure out how to make him twerking. That's great. That's a good frame.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, Mike, maybe you can like loop it back and forth.
Damn, I have two amazing Quins in my life. I'm so happy.
We won't make you choose Quins.
Yeah,
either.
don't choose.
Okay, what's next?
What's next? Which one you got for us here, Mike? The catch, presented by.
I think it's literally this throw. But
the Ultimate and Thomas Edmonds.
Where were you winding?
Where are you right now? Okay, where are you when this throw goes up?
I'm in the middle back of the stack or end zone.
Yeah.
Just total swipe at it.
Bro, so sick. So this game was at this point, it's probably 2:30 a.m. Mountain. And Devin and I are in bed watching. And at this point, we were like very, very confident you guys were going to win, of course. That is the sickest catch I've ever seen. We were just kind of laying there and we're like we're going to try to take a nap before the U.S. game starts. And you make this catch and we're both like standing on our bed, just like, just so stoked. And then of course we don't go back to sleep because we're so hyped up. And I slept like 2 hours that night.
Did you keep
that
disc?
I appreciate you both for watching that. But holy cow. I kept that disc, yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's like one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Thank you.
The disc is like wobbling like crazy. It's not to you. Your body's going the other direction and you're trailing edges it with your right hand instead of your left. It's crazy.
And it's also like uncommon to see you out of the set right now.
You're in the sideline, right? You're at the other sideline right now, coming around.
Yeah.
Is this your favorite play you've ever made?
Oh,
This is the favorite play I've ever made.
go back and pause it when Thomas is just standing there by himself with two hands in the air. Yeah.
I hope there's a photo of that somewhere.
Have you not seen all the photos?
Is there a photo of this one?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch.
Okay, we'll have to watch that, or I'll have to clip those.
Clip it in.
I just saw something that I don't think I've seen before. Britt starts to like hop onto the field.
Does she?
Oh,
the way that you
crazy.
you stop because you're moving the other direction.
There's an angle that Jordan Taylor sent me or he showed me. I don't think he sent me, but it's like from the opposite angle, and it's
I swear
really
I've
cool.
seen that one too.
Yeah,
where is that? We might not have
the funniest
it
part of it is that the game advisor for the longest time is just standing like this and like looking around, and like we're hugging at this point, and then finally it's just like
I guess that's how Team Germany was too. They were just kind of like, I guess we lost. I guess it's over.
Yeah. Like, oh, that really happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
It softens the blow almost for him because it's like, well, shit.
Should I look for the Germany huck, or should we go to finals?
Let's just go to the other
we're going to finals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one was a little extra interesting. The sideline at World Games, there's just so few people on it, so you can kind of hear everything. And the stadium was pretty packed and pretty loud, but they were, I think, cheering for Canada, so they weren't very loud on our O points. So I can hear Maddie Sang this whole time saying, Michael, you don't need to help. Michael, you don't need to help. Like, don't help.
He helps.
So then when I see Michael help, I go, oh yeah. And then I just have to check where Henry is.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
Malik brought him under. And so I even talked to Maddie saying like 2 points later, and he was like, did you hear me saying not help? And I was like, I did hear you saying don't help.
That's crazy, actually. The one time
you're able to just sit on it for so long too. Like,
yeah.
You're just like watching and seeing if there's help in it. Yeah, that's so good. And this, look at this disc. Why is it turning back IO? That's crazy.
So we'll watch it from the beginning.
Yeah, Michael just sits in the lane.
Wow. Honestly, that surprises me. I guess who's coming in from the back? Was that part of the design as well?
Our pull play had Malik coming under with Henry on him. Well, we didn't know it would be Henry on him, we assumed. But yeah, we had Malik coming under and yeah, just drawing any MMP help off the top. This was perfect. This was perfectly drawn up and designed play by our coach Hoodie. She literally came up to me as we're walking the line. She's like, should we run this to Marty? And she said the play name. And I was like, yep, sounds good.
I've been waiting for you to say that.
Yeah. This is interesting strategy, actually, because, you know, especially in mixed, right? If you're able to just draw on a 3 MMP point, right? If you're able to draw that male defender down, it's tough to match up with. It's tough to switch that.
Yeah, and go back a little bit too. I want to talk about the angles that Marty uses on his cut too. I don't think that Michael will help if Marty doesn't sell the first deep down the open side and then come across. If he just like makes an angled swoop up line, I think Michael is just going to run with him. But he gets the sell vertical open side and then comes across. Instead of running at an angle, he runs it sharply. And I think that like that little bit of nuance, like kind of put Michael in a tougher spot. And he's like, okay, I'm just going to sit here.
It's good route running. You don't see that in Frisbee a lot.
I was going to say, it's Marty runs routes like a wide receiver. Like his footwork is impeccable and it's got kind of that like breakdown and chop and change direction. And he's so quick with it. He almost does it like on the close side of the field too. After he gets past Michael, he kind of does it again. He's like, bang.
Yeah. Like you kind of have to respect each change of direction. And even if Henry does help off, like Malik can just see that, or sorry, Marty could just see that and sit in space.
Yeah,
potentially. Like I love it.
And I love that they have to put Michael on Malik. Like that's a crazy matchup on paper, but we had to do the same thing at Wook because he is just so good.
On
and
Marty,
like,
you mean?
Yeah, we had to because it's just like this guy is killing us. We need our best defender or like one of our top defenders to guard this guy. I don't care about like the 7-inch, 8-inch height discrepancy. Like we have to have it.
Marty's unbelievable, and he's only going to get better.
22. He's only 22.
He might be 23, but yeah, he's very young.
That's crazy, dude.
Was he on the U24? He must have been on the U24 team then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The
Him and Miko
team?
were both U24. Yep.
That's pretty wild. We're sending our Masters team. You're sending the U24 team. Cool. Quinn, what else do we got for Thomas? And do we have any fun questions for Thomas?
That was all very fun.
Yeah, well, we didn't prep any.
I can show you all the souvenirs, all the mystery toys.
Yeah. That's good.
So there's, we called it a mystery toy culture in China, where on the box, you can see all the possible options that you might get.
You get a Shmishki?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry.
But then when you open it, you get one of the options, but you don't know which one until you've opened it. So we had, I think these were World Game specific, pretty sure. But there's like these pandas that we had. These are like World Game specific figurines.
And so there's like different editions of them and stuff?
Yeah, so
it's like Labubus and Shmishkis,
yeah. Yeah. These two monkeys are wearing different clothes.
These are fucking sick, dude.
I know. They're really cool. This one might be my favorite.
Oh, I think that's my favorite too.
Definitely.
Yeah. But then there's these little, they're called pandoodles. And these are like little guys. So they're just like tiny little pandas.
Bro.
These are also mysteries because they come in
cute.
Different color schemes.
Oh,
you got so many of them.
And different poses.
Bro.
Dude.
And then we got a little sitter guy. And they're magnetic.
No.
They'll just sit on each other.
That's amazing.
Like the metal.
We need some pod practice pandas.
Bro, yeah, who made these? DM us.
These are sick.
Those are sick.
Yeah.
Damn.
So those are big to the team culture. We'd be, should we get some pandoodles and do a little unboxing?
Pandoodles.
Oh, that's so good. Kind of in that similar. Have you guys been watching the U.S. Open at all? Naomi Osaka has a bunch of bedazzled Labubus.
Really?
She's like naming them after like old tennis players. Side.
That's cute.
Keep going.
I was thinking about the U.S. Open a little bit because I watched a little bit of the Djokovic match last night and just thinking because we were talking about the pressure and mental game of frisbee and it's like to the max in a sport like tennis
when you don't have anybody else out there with you.
Yeah. Sick.
Well, the medal.
Oh
yeah.
Medal comes in this box.
That's a cool little box too.
Yeah. The medal comes with instructions. We'll get there.
Okay. Yeah.
How do I turn my blur off? I did that for...
That's a great question.
Anyway, so the medal, super intricate.
With the ears.
World Games 2025. It's very heavy.
Yeah, open it up for us.
I'm jealous, man.
Yeah. So there it is again with my hand in the way, but it opens. Little clamshell. And you've got this little pendant here, which is magnetic. Little monkey on it.
It's so cute.
And then it also comes with this little necklace chain.
Oh,
that you can put the magnet on, right?
Yeah, so you can make a necklace out of the pendant. Or
so cool.
I don't know if you can see in there, this like that big silver thing is a magnet. So if you wanted to wear it as like a pin, you maybe saw it in like Elliot's store.
Sure.
If you like did it with the bronze medal. But you could just wear it, you'd put the magnet on the other side of your shirt.
That's so
Will you ever wear it,
sick,
or are you too
dude.
scared to lose it?
I don't know. I'm not a big necklace guy, but maybe I should. Maybe I should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, come. It'll be a good luck charm at nationals this year for you if you wear it.
I wouldn't wear it while playing. I wouldn't want to lose it.
That would be devastating.
That would be devastating. And then the last thing we got, I didn't know we were getting this when we made the finals, but we got this like.
You got a limited edition one for making finals?
Yeah. And well, I think every medal person got it. So it's got two sides. Hopefully it's not blurry anymore. There, maybe. There we go.
He's
Anyway,
coming in and out of focus.
but just like this big orange thing, which is like super cute and fun, but I wasn't anticipating having this in my luggage. I was like,
Yeah.
how do I get this home? But it got home.
Hell yeah.
And it's got two
You're going to have
sides.
to make a little station for everything.
I know. I haven't done that. I haven't been home. I haven't had time. But yeah, it opens and you can like spin this guy.
Oh my god. It's like a little Pokemon card.
That doesn't spin. Yeah. It's cool.
Heck yeah.
All right. World Games experience 10 out of 10 would recommend, it sounds like.
Yeah, I do think it was incredible, obviously, and I wish more people could experience it, but obviously that's not the reality we live in. But it's very special, and it was super, super fun.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Congrats on an amazing run, and we're not just trying to glaze you up when we say you were incredible, and in my mind you were the best player at the tournament, so
Seconded.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well done, Thomas. Good
Thank
luck
you.
with the rest of the season.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, can't wait to see you at Nationals. Hopefully.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace out.
Yep.